So, hi, John. Thank you for joining me today on the second day of Mental Health Week. So, tell me a bit about yourself and who you are and what you do.
Okay. Hi, I'm John Jr. from John and Charlie's Journey. This is Charlie, and he provides me comfort along my journey. So we travel the UK raising awareness for mental health and getting people to talk about how they feel instead of being worried about stigma, being judged about what people think of them. I suffered alone in silence for years, and I don't want other people to suffer in silence like I did. So I created John and Charlie's Journey to help everyone. And that's what we're doing.
Brilliant.
Bringing change.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, we're all about positivity and spreading the awareness of mental health and getting the word out there that it is okay not to be okay.
Right.
So what's your past like with the experience of mental health and how does it affect you?
Since the age of 11, I suffered abuse, bullying, and depression. I've always felt a lot different to other people, including my friends at school and stuff. I used to feel like I was in the wrong body for a long time and confused why I used to feel like that. I used to wear mum's makeup and wear her clothes now and again, and I always wondered to myself, why am I doing this? And she always used to say to me, why are you doing that? I'm like, I don't know, but it feels normal. It feels good. I was born with a lot of mobility issues, and that sparked bullying off in high school. When I was 12, I got diagnosed with a condition called Klinefelter syndrome, which means you're born with an extra female chromosome. So that had complications with itself. I started hormone replacement therapy as my body doesn't make testosterone naturally. So that had a lot of mental health aspects to it as well. My whole life, I've been suffering in silence for the past 25 years. I've got borderline personality disorder, which is a reckless mood disorder. I can go into it a little bit. Self-harm, stress is a big trigger for me. I can't control my emotions, can't deal with change. But yeah, stress is a trigger for myself. The smallest thing will just get me angry, and I just turn into Hulk, just blow up, getting very angry, and it's distressing if someone's near me, and I'll start harming myself, punching walls, throwing objects. I've never assaulted anyone or hurt anyone. I wouldn't do that. I just literally harm myself, and then I get really upset and emotional and depressed, and then you start feeling worthless.
Yeah.
And then obviously self-harm happens, and you have suicidal thoughts, and it can lead to trying to take your own life. Suffer with depression and anxiety, OCD. It's a massive thing, and especially with the coronavirus, I've not left the house in a long time. It's hard, in fear of germs and worrying about everything.
Yeah.
Collectively, it's a lot, and being in a relationship, the relationships, should I say, which have been abusive, emotional, physical, and sexual. And a lot of people say to me, "How can a man be sexually abused or raped?" Well, you can, that goes on. I can give you an example of the abuse if you'd like. If you'd like me to share that with you.
If you share that, then as long as you're happy with that.
100%. After the honeymoon period, when you've been with someone, the mask starts to slip. We all know, we all like that exciting time, we're all texting, seeing each other, all happy and all that, blah, 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 blah. And then after honeymoon period's over, people go, yeah, honeymoon's over. But this is on another level. So the emotional abuse starts, like basic manipulation and control, but you're not aware of it because the abuser's really clever on what they're doing. And then slowly the physical abuse starts, and it goes in stages. So emotional, physical, and then the sexual abuse and the financial abuse. Not all in that order, but some people just experience emotional abuse or physical abuse, not everything. But people they can experience it all. I experienced it all. I'll give you an example. I was late home to my partner. She made tea for a certain time. I think it was like 10 p.m. or something. Not too sure on the exact time. She slapped me after I came in and said, "Don't be late." And I said, "Why?" It was 5 minutes late. She was, I was worried about you. So literally, she's like, "Don't answer me back." I was like, "What? I'm just saying you. Can't I say, you know?" And then she said she's in a bad mood because of me. Tried to make it all out to be my fault. You know, it's absurd. You're 5 minutes late. Why do you deserve a slap and getting shouted at? You know.
Yeah.
She was shouting at me, punching me. I got upset, and I went to the bathroom and was just crying. I locked the door because I was worried in case she came in. And she was like, at the stairs, she was saying, "Why are you crying? I'm not giving you any sympathy. It's your fault. Next time, don't be late, and that won't happen." So then literally I was thinking all sorts of things, you know. You're like, wow, I must be really bad. And then you start feeling worthless.
Yeah.
And then all this other mental health issues happen, you know, and you can't explain it. So yeah, that's a little bit of an insight in that. And obviously my panic attacks and anxiety and that doesn't help
Everything starts
with
to
all
build
that.
up inside.
It does, mate, yeah. So keeping everything locked up, yeah, because you keep things locked up because you feared and you're worried of, say, your partner, but you're also worried about being judged and the stigma that surrounded this world today, you know?
Yeah.
So you don't talk about it. Everything's just locked up.
Yeah, and I think obviously, as we discussed earlier, that talking to people is easier said than done because no one knows
It
what
is,
to say anymore because people are scared of getting judged.
yeah.
And I
But
think,
what I say to people is, no matter what you do in life, you'll be judged no matter what. And I wish I had this mindset years ago because I don't think I would be as, you know, I don't think my mental health would be as bad as it is now if I would have got the help and support years ago.
yeah. Yeah, I think people are very, people are scared that what the outer world are going to think.
100%.
It's a shame, really, but it's, I know it sounds bad, but it's the way society is, and no one knows why society's gone like that and why people are so judgmental. And I think personally, I think it comes down to level of authority. So people that are in the higher class don't treat the lower class as the same because there is that level of authority there. And obviously, in tens of years ago, people wouldn't have spoken to people of a higher level because
No, I agree with that.
there's and things like that. So I think talking and the outer world and society and people being judgmental is it's overwhelming.
Hmm.
One and yeah, and again, people are just scared. No one knows what to say anymore. And as you've said, no matter what you do in life and no matter what you say in life, people are going to be judged.
Yeah. Fear brings control. Everyone's feared of something. If someone says they're fearless, they're lying.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. And I suppose if you're scared of something, then you control yourself and you don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hold yourself back.
If you're open with yourself, you can be open with other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think social media has a big part to play in everything as well.
I agree.
You know, you have to be a certain way. I get messages off people saying, "Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" Because I don't follow the sugar-coated society. That's what I call it. The sugar-coated society. I don't follow that. I'm a leader, and I'm going to lead every single person that's feeling down and rubbish and suffering alone in silence on their own. I'm going to lead them into a battle of being open and being able to talk about how you feel without feeling judged or worried about what anyone else will think.
Yeah.
So that's what we are doing.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing what you're doing, obviously, because no one else is doing it. No one else is doing what you're doing and spreading awareness in your own way.
Yeah.
So what did you do then to get yourself through them experiences of abuse and suffering with mental health?
Okay, so I actually didn't know I was being abused until my friends were like saying, "Oh, them things that are happening to you isn't right," and I was like, "What?" And I was just being so defensive. When you love someone, you protect them, no matter if they're right or wrong. You just put up this big fence and just pretend everything that someone's saying to you is wrong. You're just defensive.
Yeah.
So I used to research things on Google and then make a Facebook account, go on like groups and stuff, seeing what people were saying, and then I used to put comments on there to see what people think. And I just went past something one day and I was like, "Oh my lord, that's me and my partner. I can't believe that what I'm reading." And then I literally started going on these groups all the time, and things were making me more aware and more clear. And I was thinking, wow, this is funny because the person that I love is saying something completely different. But why is this person saying that? Oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
So then I just did loads of research on it, and I kept all of my information on the Google Drive because I was petrified of her finding it out, and then more abuse, more beating me and putting me down and that. Um, but the thing that helped me the most was over time I started realizing what was right and what was wrong,
Yeah.
and seeing other people go through the same things on Facebook and these support groups that I was on helped me massively. So people that share their stories and raise awareness will help other people. So that's a big thing for me. And the YouTube guided meditation that I was doing for my mindfulness, for my mental health, helped me a lot. I can't take tablets for my mental health, like antidepressants and
Yeah.
sedatives and stuff like that, because I have a phobia of it. So basically, I'll tell you quickly, when I was 14, my dad had a heart attack and I was with him. He took paracetamol. Now, I've always thought that paracetamol, tried to kill him.
Yeah.
That sounds really mad, but that's how I felt. And for years, and I felt like that. Even to this day now, I still feel like that, so I can't take tablets. So maybe taking tablets may have helped my mental health a little bit. I've tried therapy. I've had CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, for depression and anxiety. It's helped a little bit, and I do use them skills today. I've had hypnosis, obviously counselling and stuff. But for the borderline personality disorder, unless you're sectioned or you pay privately for the therapy, I can't have the therapy that I need, which is DBT, it's dialectical behavioral therapy.
And have you ever thought of going private for it, or?
It's expensive. I can't really afford it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I do have DBT workbooks, and I have videos that people have had the therapy, and it does help a lot. And it's more of a social, it's more to help with like suicidal thoughts and social interactions and emotional regulating your emotions, because people with borderline personality disorder, we can't regulate our emotions.
Yeah.
So, if you, for example, we changed our plans to say go to the cinema or something, and even though the reason was like really like huge, like say someone ended up in hospital or something, I'd still feel sad and upset. Like, why have you done that to me? Does that make sense? Even though I know that that's a serious thing, the reason why you've had to change.
Yeah.
So that's how you feel, and it could be the smallest thing. It could be the smallest thing, like someone not turning up and they're like 5 minutes late, for example.
Yeah.
Or if I'm late for something, I feel like that as well. I'm like, oh my god, what are they thinking of me? So it's quite difficult to live with borderline personality disorder. It feels like a roller coaster every day, constantly waking up with suicidal thoughts. I think about suicide every single day. I'm thinking about it now. But I have my reassurance mug, which I've only just started doing, and I've wrote little quotes on it to help me in a time of need. It says, "You're not alone on it. Think you're happy. You're worth so much. If you're feeling suicidal, tell someone. You can do this. Please keep positive. The mood is only temporary." And seeing constant reassurance helps you.
Yeah.
That's a big thing as well, reassurance. So
Yeah,
I
I
know I've
think
gone a little bit off track there,
no, you've
but
not at all. I think it's
that's
inspirational how people that are going to be watching this, that someone's past can help them and inspire them in some way. Um, so I've got two more questions for you.
okay.
And the next one is, if you could take yourself back to that time, what would you tell yourself, or would you do anything different than what you did?
Would I do anything different? Um, I would do something different. Yeah, I would talk about how I felt to my friends and family, and not shut myself off pretending my life was okay. That's what I do differently. I talk. Um, like we said before, it's easy said than done. Oh, just talk about how you feel. It's hard because you got a million things going on in your head,
Yeah,
and then obviously worried about being rejected. I can't cope with the rejection. So you do anything to keep that person. I'm a people pleaser, so I'll do anything to keep everyone happy.
yeah,
But yeah, I would be upfront. I'd be more open and upfront with how I'm feeling with my friends and family, and reach out and not suffer in silence alone. That's what I would do.
yeah. I think reaching out and just speaking to someone that is close to you, like a close friend, a close family member, or a relative that you do have that open communication with and that you can go to for support.
Yeah,
I think is
I,
really,
I agree with that. Yeah, if you don't have friends or family, you have Samaritans. You can call them. Um,
yeah,
116 123. That's brilliant. They've helped me a lot. I used to ring Childline as well a long time ago, obviously when I was younger.
yeah.
They're a fantastic charity to ring if you need to talk to anyone.
I do think it's amazing how we have the companies out there and the support out there that do offer that service and support to help people that are in need.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Um,
obviously, you've just touched on it then. But what would you tell to them people that are suffering inside and that are behind the closed doors? What would you tell them?
talk, talk, talk. Literally. That's the only way that you're going to feel better. Even if you don't talk to somebody, write down, get a pen and a piece of paper, and write down how you feel. Get all them emotions out on a piece of paper. It helps. When I wrote my story out, yeah, I wrote it out, and let me tell you, the emotions flowed, and I felt so much better after I wrote everything out.
Yeah,
So writing how you feel is amazing, and telling someone is on a different scale. But talking to someone is obviously an instant, help. It helps you instantly. It's like a big weight lifted off your shoulder,
yeah,
because we think we're alone in this. We think we're the only people with all these problems and there's nobody else out there. Well, let me tell you, there's so many other people out there, yeah, that have the same problems as you. So talk about them. I did. You can do it.
yeah. People that are going to be watching this, I hope take inspiration from your story and what you're doing. And obviously, we will put all the details for the services that are out there available, so people can
Yeah.
contact them if they feel they're in need and things.
Yeah.
And obviously, yourself. What's next now for you and Charlie?
Well, after the lockdown, I want my hubs to be open. So my first one in Wilmslow, which will be a mental health hub, which will cover all mental health, which will be a safe environment, non-judgmental, run by volunteers that are domestic abuse survivors, mental health advocates. Going to be running courses, which will be funded from our charity. So people don't have to wait years and
Yeah,
months to see someone. It's important that everyone gets the therapy within a couple of weeks, not
yeah,
waiting months and years.
yeah. I know there is a long waiting list for any service and support out there that the NHS offer that is for free, and I think people that do work in their departments just maybe need to understand, or even the government need to understand that things need to be done at a bit more quicker pace than slow and
Mm,
steady, because not always slow and steady wins the race.
no. But yeah, no, so we're going to be doing that. And we have these cards, John and Charlie's cards. On the back of it says, the mental health stigma can be changed, but it starts with you. And we leave these all over the country, wherever we go. So we travel all over the country, like I said before, and Charlie travels in his little travel bag, and his little head pops out, and people are like looking at him. And people have pictures with me and Charlie, take selfies, they share it on social media. So yeah, and we just get the raise the awareness out there and get people talking about how they feel instead of suffering in silence. So if you want to meet us after the lockdown, message us and we'll come and meet you with Charlie.
Yeah, I will. I'll provide everyone with your social media links and how they can get in contact with you, and obviously all the other support. So thank you so much for coming on and speaking to us.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon when lockdown's over.
Same. Thank you very much.
See you soon.